Duel Review is brought to you by SpiderWolf.com.
On today's Duel Review, it's Gunship First Strike. I'm RJ.
And I'm Nick.
Let's get to it. Hey everybody, today is the 26th. I've been married 9 years today.
Oh, congratulations.
That's right. And for celebration of my marriage, we're doing a game that my wife would never play. It's called Gunship First Strike.
That's right, and this is a Kickstarter one. Originally it wanted $8,500. That was its goal, which is surprising considering how much it is, or you know how much stuff is here. And what it ended up with was somewhere like $85,000. So it went from $8,500 to $85,000, well exceeding its goal. And this was an Escape Pod Games, which was created by Steve Wood. So let's take a look at this. There's a lot going on. Basically, you have your gunship. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, well, this is the major part of the game, at least, you know, as far as, like, you build your ship. And it's really cool because they have different weapon types, and, of course, there's more with the expansion. We're not going to involve the expansion right now because it gets a little bit more complicated. So you have a hand of cards at the beginning that you can choose from. Everybody has their own color. There are, like, 4 different ships after the expansion. Otherwise, I think it's just a 2-player game. Anyway, so you have your hand of cards and you decide what goes on the wings and what goes, you know, on the outside of the hull, what goes in the front, and then, you know, so on and so forth, and where to put the shields, stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun that way. We've got ion cannons, which will disabilize, you know, the other ship and their area, maybe preventing them from attacking or what have you. We have just the regular blaster cannons, which are probably the meat and potatoes of the game. You definitely want to have a blaster cannon to repeatedly just, you know, beat the hell out of the other guy. And then you have, like, the thruster bombs, which are pretty cool because they do huge damage on the main ship, which I guess we'll jump to that real quick.
This is your assault carrier, which carries all of your ships, and this is your flagship, or maybe not your flagship, but the one that you kind of have to protect the most. And basically how this is going to set up is, this is mine, and then the opponent is going to have his right there, and then we're going to have these guys. This is your gunship, or represents your gunship, and you're going to move from the two. So you have
there's basically 3 zones. There's out in space, and then there's by each carrier.
Right. So your
enemy
character,
friendly carrier.
Your character can go towards you, and then go into the bay to either fix up your ship, or install new things, or add shields, or not shields, but armor to it.
Right, and the other part that the carrier plays is it's your basic health.
Right, yeah. And your health is kind of revealed here. And so your character can also move to your opponent's character and attack his assault carrier. And then you have your little tiny fleets, which is represented, where's that? Oh, right here. Which has this health. These are your fleets, and they're also going to sit there in the fighting lines and try and keep things from moving. The fun thing about these is you can prevent the enemy carriers, or the enemy gunships, from moving to and from places because they'll be bum rushed by these guys.
The only problem is that you each have those things, and so usually, more often than not, you start with a dogfight, and then there's no real reason to leave the dogfight. Yeah. Because it's going to cost you too much. So you just dogfight until the ships run out. But it's still kind of fun. You roll dice to see how many ships have gotten hit, you know, kind of thing. They've got, you know, unique icons on them. Whenever you roll a ship, it's damage towards ships, which that is a little weird that they chose to do that rather than the burst. But the bursts are used for something else, and then the focus reticles are used for something else. But anyway, so you basically take your turns back and forth, move your ships if you want to, and then do your attack. Again, the main gunship is kind of the best part because that's the part you feel like a real nerd, and you know, you're setting it up and you're really hoping that your enemy doesn't ionize your main blaster cannon because you really need that. You have one in the cone, and then you have these side ones. One in the cockpit is the torpedo launcher, and that one does. And this is the only one that can allow you to use the torpedo cards,
which are very powerful. Yeah,
and so you have your hand of cards. You choose the ones you're going to use, and then you use them. And the ionized thing, you know, it's like, okay, I want to disable a blaster cannon. Well, you can't. It's not really up to you. You have to roll to see where it hits and what it affects. Right. Now there are different parts of the ship as well, like the hull. If you get through the hull, the ship is gone. And then like the engines, if you ionize the engines or get through, then they won't be able to move. They won't be able to move where they are in location. So if they're at their own carrier, they're kind of SOL, and you can just go attack the other enemy carrier. You can do minor repairs with some of the cards that you draw. But for major repairs, you're going to need to go and land in your carrier.
Right. I think it should be known that these cards, the ones with the ships on the back, are not part of your hand. These are actually equipment cards that you can put these. And you brought it up, but I just want to reiterate that there are actual slots to put these in, and they match up with your gunship, so it kind of looks like, you know, the wing looks like the wing.
Graphically, they do that, so it just slides right in. In fact, it even does it for these, even though they tell you to put it out here.
Yeah.
I kind of cheat and put them in there.
Yeah, why not? Just put that right
there. Because they fit perfectly, so whoop, right there. So anyway, it is kind of this cool design that they did where you build the ship. I really do enjoy that. And you can permanently disable a wing, so you can take it off or whatever. You also start off, like I mentioned, with the shield and the armor card. So you decide which ones are going to get shielded, which ones are going to get armored. Well, I guess that doesn't. But anyway, so you use your hand of cards, and let's say they ionize the shield generator, though, you can't use your shields anymore. So so it does add, you know, more complexity as far as that's concerned as well. So that's the main fun of this. You also have to roll for your carrier, and so sometimes you can roll, you know, damage as well, you know, against you. So yeah, I died pretty quickly, honestly, because things just didn't go well. And he attacked me a couple times, but it was mostly my rolls kind of thing. Right.
The assault carriers are every new turn, the assault carriers attack each other. So you roll to see if you damage him or if he damages you, and then if so, you get to choose.
Yeah, there are a bunch of shield levels. You move the dice, and then once you're in the circle there,
so
that's your main health. So once you've been hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 6 times.
Right, 6. I guess it's more like armor or your shielding.
Right.
And then once you're here, it's your core, and then you
just
kind
count
of
down from the 12-sided die. So once you hit 0, it's over.
Yep.
So yeah, there is a lot of fun, you know, back and forth. But again, I think that the movement is kind of, you know, once those things dogfight, you're not going to move those little guys. So it's just kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah,
So the expansion definitely adds, they add like heroes, and they add different weapons. So you can do upgrades, all that stuff. So that definitely adds a lot of complexity. And if this is something that you know, it sounds interesting to you, you'll probably really enjoy it, especially with the expansions. The one thing that I really don't like is the rulebook, honestly. It's not terrible by any means, but there are definitely some things that you're kind of left scratching your head. I really wish it was more of a tutorial, and I wasn't able to find any tutorials online, were you?
Right. No. I found several video reviews.
The Dice Tower review, which was on the Kickstarter, for the Kickstarter. So they did a really smart thing, and they did that, and they got some extra publicity there. But yeah, it's not the easiest game in the world. I mean, it has a fairly simple theme, but there's just a few little things. It's like, what? Wait, what?
Yeah.
But it's really not that bad. It really only takes an hour or so.
In fact, I think I remember that when
figure out how to play.
When we used the rule book, it didn't even indicate this dice. Like, what do you do with these dice? I don't think it says it in the rule book.
Well, the burst part of it.
Right.
We know because if you use thruster bombs, you got to roll the dice, and hopefully you get these little targeting things.
Right.
And then, of course, when you fight the ships, that's what you're looking for hits. And then, I guess, did we talk about once you get 3 ships, you get less squadrons, so you get less dice to roll?
Right. Let's do that. So with your little squadron here, your fighter squadron, you have 3 per squad, and so you have 3 one dice per squad. You have 4 here, and that's these. So you have the 4. So you're going to roll for all 4, but when you take out, and that's what these little icons are for, to indicate that this one is dead, and dead. Once you have 3 dead, you can now only roll 3. And so you just keep on going until you have no squads left, and then you can't use these. Which was fun. I liked it. Although I've rarely used my squadron to that effect.
And so we kind of glazed over the hand of cards that you have and the things that you can, once you've built up your ship. So we'll continue building this one here.
Yeah,
this one's already there.
This one, and you need one of these.
2 sets of thruster bombs.
That's crazy.
So now you have your hand of cards, and they represent, you know, the actions that you can take. So right off the bat, we can show you there's the torpedo. That's if you had your nose cone, your torpedo launcher, your cockpit still in use. They're the ones that can use the torpedo. The torpedoes are a direct hit against the carrier, so that's a great one to have. And then there are all these other cards that are just a hit. So let's say I have my blaster cannon. I can use my blaster cannon, and if it actually hits, then we actually take this and put it on the enemy and show the hit. So the card is actually, you know, a piece of damage that looks like it's damage on the ship. So that's kind of cool. It's got that dual purpose. And then if you're lucky enough to do 2 damage, you can do that, which really cripples them.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then they have to go into carrier to fix that, you know, kind of thing. Here is a health card where you do some
minor healing.
Yeah, minor healing or add a shield as well. So that's obviously a great card to have. And then you got like the Ionize, which if you hit, let's say you hit this wing over here, you Ionize the Ionize cannon. So now it is Ionized, although you could use the shield to block. No, you can't with the Ionize. So the Ionize disables your ability, the enemy's ability to use that card, or to use that.
What's really fun about the Ionize is you roll a die, and the next time it just moves to a different area, which sucks because if it goes to like the engines, you can't move.
Yeah, or if it goes to the shield generator or whatever. Yeah. That kind of sucks. And then there are, you know, kind of like the Bullseye card, which is ×2, so it's instant 2 damage kind of thing. So there are, you know, a lot of options you can do. You can do, you know, second chance. You can hold that in your hand until you need it, you know, kind of thing, to re-roll dice. And so it is a very simple game. So when we talk about learning how to play it, it's just kind of wrapping your mind around it, and the rulebook's not necessarily a lot of help. So once you figure that out, it's very straightforward and very simple, and it is a lot of fun. Again, it's the nerd game. Like, I had a lot of fun, you know, building my ship. I kind of wish there was a little bit more to it. I wish that was, you know, and it was really more my gunship versus his gunship, because it's not. It's really the carrier versus the carrier. So
the carrier.
Yeah. So you can just sneak past if you're in a, you know, your fighters are in a dogfight, and you just sneak past and blow the hell out of their carrier. So it's just a matter of who gets carrier. But it is a lot of fun. I would like to see them, you know, elaborate on this. Again, there is an expansion that does add a lot of depth.
Right, and the
expansion, I'm looking for the next edition.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
The expansion also makes it so that instead of 2 players, you can play as 4, just as teams. So it's 2-on-2.
Yeah. So what else is there to say about Gunship? Anything?
No, I think we kind of covered it. It is fun, just a little difficult to get a hang of because the rulebook is not as great as it should be.
Yeah, so we'd like to see, you know, you guys, if you're watching this and you're a maker of this game, please do a tutorial. If you haven't already, and if you have, make it more accessible, because you can find it. So that's it. Yeah, it is a great game. If it sounds interesting to you, you'll have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow our great playlists. Game Lab's been a lot of fun.
Yes, it has, and please leave comments. We love comments, and you can help support us by buying our wares at spiderwolf.com.
Yes, please. T-shirts, card game, art prints, short stories, and more.
That's right, and hey guys, we have a new Facebook page, so go on Facebook and find us and friend us, and we could use all the support you can offer, so thanks.
And we reviewed this Kickstarter, and I finally have been able to do a Kickstarter of my own. Fist 3-7, the Enhanced Edition combat card game. It is now on Kickstarter. Please go take a look. You can find it by searching for Fist 3-7. And please, if you like it, pledge it, share it. We need your support, so please go check it out. If you have any questions, I answer questions pretty quickly. So thank you very much. You can also check me out in my new blog. It's fist37.tumblr.com. I'm blogging throughout the campaign and probably beyond. I am doing character updates and updates on the game and character sheets, and it's been a lot of fun. So go check that out. See what I've been up to for so long. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time. Ah, dude. Yes. It sucks. I blame my eyes. Coming up, it's Night Raid 1931. On today's Duel review, it's Gunship First Strike. I'm RJ.
And I'm Nick.
Let's get to it. I like how you always agree before I say anything.
That's right, we are. That's what we're doing.
On today's Duel review, yes. Yes.
Today, Duel review.
I mean, yeah, I guess you have something to agree with, so.
I don't know, I just feel like I should be doing something like, yes, it is Duel review. You know, like, acknowledge it. Rather than...
It's true what he's about to say.
It is.
It's true.
He's about to say something, and it is the truth.
But you don't know that, see? Sometimes I change it up.
I'm here to keep him honest.
I am the new Emperor of Guam. But you already went like this, so.
Did I? I started to. I think it's habit now. Whenever you start talking, I'm just like, yeah.
You should at least not go, yes! Because I am blind, dude.
Yeah, I know. I just get excited.
I can't fucking see anything. You're excited that you're beating a blind man.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Fair enough.